What's going to happen in Gaza? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump wants the U.S. to take it over and rebuild the war-torn area, but what about the Palestinians living there? Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calls the Trump rebuild plan a remarkable idea, tells Fox.
The actual idea of allowing first Gazans who want to leave. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Many other Middle East leaders oppose the Trump plan and still push for a Palestinian state. Today's the deadline for federal workers to accept President Trump's offer to resign and be paid through September as he tries to slim the federal workforce and end work-from-home policies. Numerous reports have more than 40,000 accepting the buyout so far. The president also taking action again on a transgender issue that could be challenged in court.
With this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
It aims to bar athletes who were born male from playing in women's and girls' sports. Another Trump order already on hold after a court ruling blocked by a second federal judge.
A district court judge in Maryland issued a nationwide injunction on President Trump's order that seeks to end birthright citizenship for children born in the U.S. to immigrants in the country illegally. Judge Deborah Boardman said no court in the country has so far endorsed the president's interpretation of the 14th Amendment, and hers will not be the first.
Fox's Jared Halpern. 100 million Americans are dealing with some winter this morning. Advisories from the Dakotas to Maine down to Washington, where Fox Weather's Jane Minar reports.
Well, it's all right here in D.C., north and west of town. We're getting reports of some pretty slick roads, dangerous conditions because of about a tenth to a quarter of inch of ice that's beginning to accumulate, not just on roads, but power lines, tree branches. So that's going to be a concern for power outages, some of which we've already seen overnight in spots like Ohio, Chicago.
Well, it's affecting some air travel. 467 flights canceled, another 400 plus delays. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox News Audio presents the Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door, exploring the life and crimes of 5 serial predators from across the United States.
It's a very disturbing case.
Never-before-heard interviews and first-hand perspectives.
Described as pure evil. That's a good description.
The Fox Nation Investigates podcast, Evil Next Door. Follow and listen starting February 25th at foxtruecrime.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
It is time to take the quiz.
5 days a week, it's 5 questions in less than 5 minutes. We ask people on the streets of New York City to play along. Let's see how you do.
What are the 2 active volcanoes on mainland Europe called?
Is Vesuvio one of them?
Vesuvius and Etna.
How'd you do exactly? These get tougher, so hang on.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox. Then come back here to see how you did. Thank you for taking the quiz.
Pam Bondi is now the U.S. Attorney General, saying at her swearing in,
I will restore integrity to the Justice Department.
And Bondi issued memos right away, including pausing federal funding for sanctuary cities that are resisting federal immigration raids and the Trump mass deportations. More than 8,000 immigrants who've either committed crimes or considered security threats have been taken into custody.
Tuesday night, the first flight, including those to be held at Guantanamo Bay, arrived in Cuba. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
There were 10 members of the transnational gang Tren de Aragua on this flight.
In Guatemala Wednesday, Secretary of State Marco Rubio spoke about that country's president agreeing to accept flights of deported migrants from the U.S.
His willingness to accept not just nationals, but those from other nationalities as they seek to ultimately return to their own homelands is also important.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and border czar Tom Homan visited El Paso earlier this week, reiterating border security is national security. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
You've probably heard about robberies targeting pro athletes at their homes. It's led to arrests and an arraignment for 2 men in New York City.
Dmitry Nijinsky and Juan VR have been charged in New York with conspiracy to receive stolen property. Both men are believed to have obtained luxury items that had been stolen by crime rings to resell in their Manhattan jewelry store. Prosecutors say evidence links Nijinsky to a theft from a high-profile athlete in Ohio on December 9th. Published reports show Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's home was robbed that day. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch said in a statement, crimes in the city or from across state lines won't be tolerated. In New York City, Gernal Scott, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day after gains that lifted the Dow up 317 points. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A high-ranking Tennessee lawmaker has filed a bill to allow public schools to deny enrollment to children who entered the country illegally. The Tennessean reports that House Majority Leader William Lambert's bill doesn't require schools to do so, meaning school districts can still allow enrollments without citizenship or legal residency documentation. Aviagen has offered to buy approximately 15 acres at the City of Crossville's Interchange Business Park for a new hatchery. According to city documents, the company has offered $25,000 per acre. The company says the $10 million project would create 40 to 45 new jobs. Cumberland County authorities have arrested a man wanted for aggravated rape of a child out of Hardman County. 55-year-old Randall Scott Sharp taken into custody after a high-risk warrant was executed. Officials said Sharp was staying in a personal camper at Pandora's Forest on Highway 70 North. He's under $520,000 bond. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06. Today's Thursday. It's the 6th of February. Happy Thursday, Miss Sheila.
Happy Thursday. It's going to be a little rainy and stormy today.
It feels great out right now, though.
It's going to be windy a little later on, too. Windy, like gusty.
We've skipped on to March, I think.
I know. And then, like next week, I think we're going to have another cold front moving in. It's going to be a little chilly.
Well, how dare we all try to, not be sick?
Yeah.
This is the worst time if you get weather sick.
Gosh, yeah.
I saw on I forgot which of the TV channels they were even putting up the pain index.
The pain index.
Right, based on the upcoming weather. About what days your pains would be worse.
That's something else, isn't it?
Like, really, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at, a pain index.
And then that's what I was interested in. I was like, well, let me look at this pain index.
Yeah, are there times when you're doing that stuff and then you're like, I'm officially old? Let me hear about this pain index. Yeah.
Another thing here's how you know you're getting old is when you're out with two old boys that beyond a shadow of a doubt were complete degenerates when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was too. So, we were all sitting there having lunch yesterday. Talking about kids these days.
They
don't understand nothing. Don't show up for work. Blah, 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 blah. And we got to laughing about it because we're pretty sure some old boys sat around a table somewhere, complained about us just the exact same way.
Complained about you degenerates.
That's right.
And those ones that complained about us, they were probably degenerates when they just grew out of it.
Right.
The temperature is 62 right now. It's going to be about 68 for the high today.
Bring it
probably on. With all the wind and rain, it's going to feel a little cooler than that. But yeah, take along your rain jacket, most definitely.
A few things you need to know, and I'm super glad about this. Satellite Med has decided not to close.
I know. I was looking at that. I had that too. So it's going to remain open, and they'll reopen for walk-in urgent care.
Yeah.
Beginning, today.
Today. They're reopening today.
And I was excited to actually hear they weren't closing.
Me
That's
too.
That's great.
Well, I don't go to the doctor much, but when I do, it's because I really, really have to.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I'd always go. And they were always super nice. They're used to people who don't go to the doctor very often.
Right. And they don't act like, oh, you haven't been?
Right.
Right. They're like, come on in here. We're going to doctor you up.
They just come, they sew me up real good, and I go back home.
Mm-hmm.
No fuss, no muss. I was afraid if it had to change, I'd start getting the talk from people.
I don't like that talk.
Me neither.
Just come in, do what you got to do, and get me out.
Listen, I got enough people just around, my buddies, my friends, the community.
Yeah.
Tell me how fat, sick, and tired I look. So I certainly
Fat, sick, and tired.
So I don't need a doctor to let me know that.
No. One thing I like about Jason, and I pick on him about it, but I do like it, is his confidence. Y'all quit messing with his confidence.
Oh, it didn't hurt my confidence.
Excuse me then.
They're just obviously wrong.
It's good. It's good. I don't know if y'all have heard about Bargain Hunt.
No, I haven't.
They're closing.
Well.
And I'm talking about a lot of their store. I don't know if they're even going to remain open anywhere. 92 locations across 10 states. They're closing them.
I've never.
We have one here in Cookeville.
Do we?
Yes. It's down there by the, was it Farm and Home?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I could tell you. But it will be closing.
This is what happens when you don't advertise.
Well, that's true. I don't ever think they've advertised.
That's what's going to happen to Big R.
Yeah, Big R, Farm and Home. That was it.
Big R, they don't advertise none.
Big R. Let's not let that happen. As a matter of fact, all of y'all that don't advertise with us, let's don't let that happen to you.
I'm not talking about just with us. They don't do nothing.
No, nothing, huh?
And they're like, how come no one comes here? Well, because you ain't done nothing.
People don't know how important marketing is until they haven't done it and they
Right.
close.
Right. Maybe I'll tell some people you exist.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
True. Well, I didn't even realize this, Jason.
What?
Bargain Hunt had a store in Murfreesboro, Lebanon, Mount Juliet. And I'm like, really? But all of those are closing in Nashville. So
Well,
if y'all like a Bargain Hunt, it ain't going to be around much longer.
maybe they'll have a big sale. Maybe even
They're supposed to, yeah.
even more bargainy. There's a new store opening up on the square called the Gift Box at 12 South Washington, going to be right next to Char. Emily Williams is the owner of that, and they're going to have they had their big grand opening, and they are going to be selling things like jewelry and bags, stationery, candles, things like that. So.
I might check that out.
Just in time for Valentine's Day. The Gift Box on the square, new business.
Well, there's a scam that's been going around. That said they've received lots of calls about this and people asking, hey, is this legit? They said they'll never send
Too legit to quit.
It looks like an official letter of, hey, you got to pay this, you owe this. Said, we will never send you a letter requesting payment of any kind. If you have questions, you can call. But this says, it looks like an official document. Cumberland County records indicate that you've had a deed transfer for a property located at, somewhere. It could be all around the Upper Cumberland. So do not just go ahead, pay it, and send it in. If somebody wants you and you owe them money, they'll
find you.
If it's legit or not. If you question it, don't pay it.
Right. We were talking about when Lauren Wheat was in here, we were talking about some new businesses that might be coming, and she never would say, because she's, following the letter of the law.
Just like old Randy Porter.
Randy wouldn't say, well, In-N-Out Burger has let it slip that they are building one store in Cookeville.
I know. I was excited, weren't you?
They didn't say where,
I know.
but I believe it'll be one of those out.
In-N-Out?
No, where they're going to put the new shopping center out here on Willow across from the world famous Star Motor Inn. They have those out parcels. That's part of their plan. And that's right off the interstate. It's a perfect spot for an In-N-Out burger.
A little quick In-N-Out. Get it?
Yeah.
And go on about your business.
So I'm looking forward to I've never had it. It's all,
Me either.
I've heard about it in movies and stuff forever. But
movies and, all the stars talk about, I got to get In-N-Out burger.
Yeah. So I'm
So
looking
we've
forward
had-
to trying it. No timeline on when it's going to get here.
Yeah.
but that we are in the plans.
Well, I want to say hello to our Sparta mayor, Jerry Lowry. He said he's listening, and he said we're rocking it this morning.
Well, thanks, Jerry.
I hope he's going to
that.
be at Sparta Award Chamber Banquet.
Well,
because you and I are going to be there.
Yeah,
I'll be emceeing it.
Yeah, Sheila's the MC. She's the star of the night.
No, I ain't the star. The stars are the people that do for the community. I'm just kind of helping out and moving it along.
Sheila's the star.
No. But it should be a fun night. I've done that.
Are you going to wear a gown?
Well, now that Annie is up, no, I'm going to be comfortable, but I'm going to look cute. I don't know if it's it's like, look nice and put on your Sunday best.
I don't know if TMZ was going to be there.
It's not a who you wearing type event, but it's a nice one.
Right.
It's going to be at Duck Pond Manor.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well.
And it's supposed to be good food, too.
I'll be there to support you.
All right, then. But you won't be there to help.
If you needed me, I'd get up there and
because,
help.
I'm coming off this cold and stuff, so if I start sneezing and coughing, I just may point to you and go, Jason, get up here.
If you need to tag out. Tag out.
I'm going to try not to, though.
Right. Well, that'd be great.
But it's nice to know you can be my backup. And then Tim, he's going to be with me, too. Heck, he was my backup on Monday when I was out sick.
Right. Tag him in.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry did send us another thing. I just love it. I love Sparta Mayor Jerry Lowry.
Yeah.
He's so cool. He said, hey, City of Sparta has given our residents 765 weather alert radios this morning. That's amazing.
Is that this morning,
This morning, he said.
Oh, wow.
Of all the times to be giving it with this weather coming in.
Oh, yeah.
But, I think we know just how important those weather radios are.
Spring's just right around the corner.
Yeah. I think we all took everything for granted before the 2020 tornadoes because I had one of those weather tornadoes and I hadn't programmed it.
Yeah.
And it was plugged up, and because I hadn't programmed it right, it was going off on every little thing. Oh, it looks like it might rain, But I finally learned to program it after that, and it really is good. It's a life-saving thing, so I think that's great they're giving those
Oh,
out.
yeah. Speaking of weather, who's doing weather now for us has done a great job, but we're going to be moving to Anthony Taylor, Upper Cumberland weather guy. He's got the Upper Cumberland Weather Channel. Mm-hmm. He'll be starting first of the month with us doing the weather for us.
So March 1st.
And on Hub Plus and
I'm excited about
the other radio stations. Yeah. Oh, me too.
Well, we loved him for quite some time. Even before we met him, we were like, this guy knows what he's doing, and
he's doing a great job.
He focuses on this area that I don't want to say totally ignored because we weren't totally ignored,
but we could have used a little bit more. And man, he does such a great job.
He's
great
very in
setup.
depth, yeah.
So we'll be adding his channel to the on-demand portion of Hub Plus. Plus, if the weather gets real bad, like it's severe, he'll have the opportunity to just hit a button, take over Hub Plus completely.
Yeah, I love that.
And be able to keep us warned. And
now, Anthony, that's some very big trust we're putting in you, so don't go crazy.
Yeah.
Hit a button and take over. No, he's a good guy.
Sheila, it's 6:18.
Oh, my goodness.
Your 2 cents coming up. It's brought to you by Freedom Pond in Sparta at 49 Mayberry Street. What is it real quick?
What animal scares you more than any other and why?
Oh, okay.
I know you'll have to think about that for a moment.
All right. We'll get to that when we come back on. Good morning, Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio.
If you have automotive needs, Dependable Auto Sales and Service along with Colonial Automotive would love to help you. Whether it's towing or service, body shop needs, are you ready for a new car? We have everything you need, including the financing, including the warranties. It doesn't matter what it is, DAS is on your side. Please come see us at 1575 Interstate Drive right here in Cookeville, 931-526-7355. That's 931-526-7355, 24/7 at dasautosales.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931-WINDOW-1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
Willow Window, making your home beautiful again.
Over 50 years and still going strong and growing. With American Way, you'll gain the knowledge and skills necessary to thrive in today's market. We provide realtors the tools they need to succeed, so this essentially adds up to success for the agents. If you are willing to work, we can make it happen for you. We also have a very family-oriented culture with a focus on productivity. Give me a call. I'm William Ball, 931-310-6291.
American Way Real Estate, 710 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
This Valentine's season, the Ministry of Preborn invites you to become a heartbeat hero and share the love that goes beyond a box of chocolates, a love that saves lives. Every day, thousands of women are told the lie that abortion is their only option. They can't do it, that there is no hope. But that mother in crisis, when she sees her baby on an ultrasound at a preborn network clinic, it doubles her chances at choosing life. This isn't just an image on a screen. It's about a mom hearing the baby's heartbeat, maybe for the first time, and realizing that's a gift growing inside of her. One preborn supporter said, "Knowing my gift could save a life was the most meaningful act of love I could give." For $28, you can provide an ultrasound and help a mom in crisis choose life. $140 provides 5 ultrasounds. So this Valentine's season, take a stand, be bold, become a heartbeat hero. Dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or visit preborn.com/Beck. That's preborn.com/Beck.
1077 and 1400, The Hub. Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:22.
And it's time for Your 2 Cents. It's brought to you by Freedom Pawn. They're located in Sparta on Mayberry Street. They're just great, fine folks over there. Your gun and ammo store. They've got rings and watches, knives, guitars, TVs. I mean, I could name a whole other list, but you need to go check them out yourself because they're just a really great store. I keep saying this, but I am blown away with just how great the store looks. I mean, I don't go in and think, oh, this is a pawn shop.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is a cool store.
Right.
You know, really clean, and they're always doing something. Dana is always thinking of new ways to display things, and he'll, like, move things around, you know, create a little bit more room for them and just expand.
A better shopping experience.
Yes, he's always looking for that.
Right.
What animal scares you more than any other, and why?
Well, I got to tell you, I have a healthy fear of most animals.
I do too. And, you know, I love animals and I respect animals, but
I mean, I'm not going to go up to a bunch of coyotes and be like,
No.
hey, be my friend.
And see, I know you think I would, but no, I've got, like, even when we're going through Cades Cove and we see a bear, yeah, it's cool to see a bear. I'm not one of the ones that jump out of my car and follow the bear because I was thinking, are y'all idiots?
I guess around here, if I had to pick an animal that I'm most afraid of and I wouldn't want to run up on, be some of these wild pigs we've got.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can see that.
They can get mean, and
They don't have any sense sometimes. If they're scared or cornered, they're coming after you.
Right. And yeah, those
But, I
wild.
mean, that's anything, I guess.
And they're
There's,
bad on your garden.
yeah.
So
They can do damage to your garden and your land like that. How could they do on you?
well, that and your pet. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
my one of my parents' dogs got into a fight with some. You know, they don't travel alone much, and killed it.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well, here's something that I really have been fascinated with, and that's hawks. There was always a family of hawks, like right in town, but there's like a little woodsy area. Every year there's like a set of hawks that are born.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm a little afraid of them because I have a toy poodle, and she's only 10 pounds, and she started out like little, like 3-4 pounds, and I was like, that hawk could probably pick my dog.
Oh yeah, easily.
So, but it's a healthy fear of that, and just
I had a hawk get rid of almost all my chickens but 3, and I think I had maybe 10 at the time.
boy, there's some good hunters, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to find out how they kill the chickens is really weird.
What do you mean, like?
They fly them up real high and then drop them.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, so when I came home, there was little poofs of feathers everywhere, like I'd been chicken bombed.
Oh, goodness.
And that's what had happened. I'd been chicken bombed by the hawks.
So they drop them on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, the history of life and how things work is interesting until it's yours.
Circle of life.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think a Komodo dragon, but we don't have them here. I was thinking because they said their saliva is toxic.
Oh yeah.
And they look
well. That's what I was
weird.
thinking about. What am I afraid of? That's around here. Now you get down in Florida. Well, there's a whole other
Everglades, lowered.
There's a whole other set of things to be afraid of. Then you
Florida
get down.
would scare me being out in those Everglades.
Yeah, and Florida's really just Australia light.
It is, and you know what it is? It's people bringing non-indigenous animals and dropping them here, or either having
you
pets.
tell them, Sheila.
It's crazy how much humans have messed up stuff. And speaking of which, let's go and see what people are saying. Dale Welch, I think it's the perfect answer. He
What?
said humans.
We are
And
animals.
really, you get more afraid of mean humans than really the animals I can respect, but sometimes humans are mean just to be mean.
Animals are just being animals,
And they're just trying to survive. I guess
Right.
humans, you could say that too, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's not. Jennifer said worms. I have no idea why, but it's an irrational fear of worms. I get it.
they're also not animals.
I know that, but I'm not going to be
They're
that.
invertebrates.
This is not an animal either, but there's a lot of people saying snakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Adam, come on, you're talking to my heart here. Domestic house cats. Because he's like you, they're going to take over the planet within a few weeks. And then they'll be the size of horses.
The only scar I have on my body from an animal
Is a cat?
From a cat.
It's not Kit Kat, right?
No.
His current kitty.
No, this was a barn cat we had to catch.
Boy, those barn cats.
And we were taking it from one barn to another barn, and my job was to hold the cat.
Was it like a feral barn cat?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway,
Oh, the barn cat.
so it kind of got away, and I just had a T-shirt on. When it got away, it used my chest and stomach,
Push off.
and the claws went in, and I got a scar right here. It's a tiny little scar from that cat.
It does shock me how tiny domestic cats are,
Mm-hmm.
and they can do some damage.
And I also realized then that cats can defy gravity because that cat ran sideways around the bed of the truck. I've never seen anything like it in my
You've not
life.
met a wild cat until you met a feral one.
Oh my gosh.
You think maybe you've been in touch with a mean domestic cat until a feral cat's a whole other level.
Well, imagine driving with that cat going around. We didn't have to go far. We were just moving it from one barn to the next.
It's not funny because I bet it was scary, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Now the funniest cat moment, and don't judge my Meemaw on this.
All right then.
This is back in the day, okay?
All right. He has to set it up.
So, too many cats.
Yeah.
Too many cats. So my Meemaw wanted to take one off.
Yeah.
So she had a Bonneville. Those big old Bonnevilles, big old
nice
trunk.
car.
Yeah.
It was like a living room.
Right. And so we caught the cat, and she didn't want to mess up her trunk, so we put it down into a gunny sack, like a feed sack.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Tied it up,
I'm not going to judge because I've had grandparents like that too.
So we got it tied up like we're doing a mob hit on this cat. We drive up to Sandy Stone to the church there, and they've got a nice graveyard.
Uh-huh.
So we decide to pull off there. We're going to let the cat out there.
Let the cat out of the bag, so to speak.
Yeah. So we pull up, we open the trunk. As soon as we open the trunk, the cat jumps out in the bag and then starts jumping through.
Still in the bag.
He's still in the bag, jumping through the cemetery. So here's me and my Meemaw running through the cemetery trying to catch a bouncing bag.
Oh, my goodness.
If anybody would have driven by, they'd been like,
what are they doing?
we're going home.
These are crazy people out there.
It was nuts.
Trying to catch a tote sack.
Yeah, I mean,
tater sack.
I'd love to have had a video of it. I bet it was the funniest thing that's ever been. But if you just drove by and saw it, you'd have been freaked out.
So that may explain why dogs are so much better than cats, in your opinion. You can't compare the two; they're totally different.
Totally different deal.
Cats freak out.
Head over, get in on your 2 cents. It's brought to you by our friends at Freedom Pond and Sparta, 49 Mayberry Street.
What animal scares you more than any other, and why?
Spoiler alert is coming up next, the latest in the world of entertainment and music, so hang out with us here on Good Morning Cookeville.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A high-ranking Tennessee lawmaker has filed a bill to allow public schools to deny enrollment to children who entered the country illegally. The Tennessean reports that House Majority Leader William Lambert's bill doesn't require schools to do so, meaning school districts can still allow enrollments without citizenship or legal residency documentation. Aviagen has offered to buy approximately 15 acres at the city of Crossville's Interchange Business Park for a new hatchery. According to city documents, the company has offered $25,000 per acre. The company says the $10 million project would create 40 to 45 new jobs. Cumberland County authorities have arrested a man wanted for aggravated rape of a child out of Hardman County. 55-year-old Randall Scott Sharp taken into custody after a high-risk warrant was executed. Officials said Sharp was staying in a personal camper at Pandora's Forest on Highway 70 North. He's under $520,000 bond. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Jimmy Butler's time with the Miami Heat has officially come to an end. Butler was traded to the Golden State Warriors yesterday as part of a multi-team deal. Butler had been suspended twice already this season for conduct detrimental to the Heat and wanting to be traded. Butler will sign a 2-year contract worth $111 million that will keep him with the Warriors through the 2026-2027 season. With Chip Kelly leaving Ohio State for the NFL, the Buckeyes co-offensive coordinator Brian Hartline last season will take over next season and be the primary play caller for the offense. Hartline played for the Buckeyes from 2006 through 2008 before playing in the NFL for 6 years. The Tennessee men's basketball team got an 85-81 win against visiting Missouri last night in SEC play. The Vols trailed 34-28 at halftime, but scored 57 second-half points and led by as many as 14 late. Zakai Ziegler led the way in scoring with 21 in his first game back from injury. Vols improved to 19-4 and 6-4 in conference play. Elsewhere in college basketball, Memphis beat Tulsa 83-71. Duke dismantled Syracuse 83-54, and Michigan beat Oregon 80-76. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank. The Fox Business Report is brought to you by Paul Winkler Incorporated, now with an office in Cookeville, creating confident investors. PaulWinkler.com.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
There's a sign the post-lockdown travel boom may be fading. Hilton Worldwide reported a better-than-expected quarter. However, the hotel giant's forecast for this year is weaker than Wall Street was expecting. Hilton says low to middle income people are dealing with higher costs and are cutting back on discretionary expenses, including vacations. Honeywell is separating its aerospace and automation businesses into independent companies. The move comes months after investor Elliott Management invested in Honeywell. Ford shares are down 6%. Ford CEO Jim Farley says if 25% tariffs are imposed on Canada and Mexico, it will have a huge impact on the auto industry, with billions of dollars of profits wiped out. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosolda. Invested in you.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Periods of clouds and rain. That's going to be the story again as we get into the day Thursday with sunshine a far cry away from us. Probably another week before we get another period of dry weather. Overnight, we'll fall back into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, mid to upper 50s. A little bit of cooler air works in here. We'll be in the mid-40s Friday night. And Saturday, showers off and on once again with a high in the lower 70s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here in the Willow Window Studio. 6:36 now.
We have some great guests coming in today from the Putnam County Health Department. Dr. Matt Bolton, also Kristen Reeves. She's the clinical manager there. We'll talk about all the things they've got going on.
Some of the sickness going on.
Some of the sickness. I mean, Dr. Bolton will help cover some of that.
Somebody told me, and I don't know if it's true or not, that 1 in 4 Putnam Countyans are sick in some way right now.
I don't, besmirch that at all, especially since I've been sick.
Since you are one.
Yeah, I was sick all last weekend, and now I'm still.
Sheila's a stat.
I'm a stat. Lord.
Spoiler alert time. Things going on in the world of entertainment and music. Jimmy Fallon's got Kieran Culkin on and Kenan Thompson. So that's some pretty good guests. Stephen Colbert has Elton John on there tonight. Rob Lowe's going to be on Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, I like all these people.
And Pete Davidson's going to be on Seth Meyers.
Well, what's Pete got going on?
I have no idea. I saw a recent picture of him, and he looks so healthy and happy right now.
I think he's been in rehab.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I hope that he can stay well. It's like he's one of those you root for. I know he's extremely talented.
Yeah.
He really is.
Let's see here. On regular TV tonight, you've got Hell's Kitchen. That's on Fox, the season finale of that. NFL Honors, that's on Fox. And Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC. On stream, Amazon's got season 1 of Clean Slate. Also, Invincible is on Amazon. Apple Cider Vinegar, a limited series on Netflix.
I wonder what that's about. Don't just tell me apple cider vinegar. It has to mean something else.
Cassandra, that's on Netflix, and that's one of those that Netflix thinks I'm going to like.
Really? What have you watched that they think that you're going to like? Cassandra?
It must be a murder mystery or something like that.
Oh, so you watch those too?
Of course I do. I'm more of the courtroom drama.
Yeah, and I'm more of the, oh, is that a serial killer documentary?
Yeah, you're more of the slash them up kind of.
Well, not that I enjoy that. It's like I like the true story stuff.
I do too, but I like to
Not
watch
that-
justice get served.
Well, yeah, I watch justice get served, but I also like to try to figure stuff out and why they act the way they do.
Sure, yeah. Sweet Magnolias is on Netflix. That sounds like
A little good Southern show.
it could be a total murder show, and I don't know.
Sweet Magnolias.
Dude, you know how they name stuff now?
Yeah,
The Kardashians on Hulu.
it's back with the new shows.
Yeah, I guess. And The Takedown, American Aryans. That's on Netflix, a series premiere of that.
Oh, wow.
And tonight on Hub Plus, Thursday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight on Hub Plus, you'll have a new Randy Porter show and a new Cookeville Lifestyle show to watch. Both that starts at 5 on Hub Plus. You can download it on your Roku app, Hub space, and then spell out PLUS, or channel 192 on Comcast in Twin Lakes. And that's how you get Hub Plus, Sheila.
Yeah, I know that, but thanks for telling everybody else.
I had somebody ask me about the Roku app, and I might need to do like a here's how to do it kind of
Oh, I think so.
like an instructional video.
And I thought most people had Roku just because I do.
Right, yeah.
But there's a lot that don't.
Well, it is the #1 streaming device.
Yeah, but you can also check out YouTube because we're broadcasting on there.
We are.
Yeah.
You can check out Randy Porter's YouTube. And
Right, that's right.
all that.
Other shows, but
'Cause
it's
that's-
better if you just get Roku and go.
Right, watch it
download Hub
live.
Plus.
It's way more fun.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck will direct and star in the Netflix thriller Animals alongside Gillian Anderson. She's from the X-Files, right?
Yeah.
The film about a kidnapping. It's going to shoot in Los Angeles, and so we'll see how that goes. Laura Trump is going to host My View, a Saturday night show on Fox News. It's going to focus on the return of common sense and feature analysis and interviews. That'll be good. I like watching that Laura Trump.
Yeah. She's good. She's interesting. I think that'd be a good show.
Yeah. Let's see here. Paige Turner from HGTV's Fix My Flip will replace Hillary Farr on Love It or List It. Oh, I love Hillary. I hate that she's going to go away. But that Paige Turner, she'll be good at that.
Good.
That's for the upcoming season. She announced her departure from the show in 2023. I did not know that. But I like that Hillary. And I can't remember the fellow's name because I always end up rooting for Hillary.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
You never seen Love It or List It?
I may have, but I get them all mixed up because when I watch Beachfront Properties or Flip This House or whatever, they all kind of run together. So I'd probably know her if I saw her. It's like, oh yeah, that's the one.
It's the show where there's two different houses,
Yeah.
and they have to decide, or maybe it's just one, but they have to decide then whether they're going to love the house and stay or list
Oh,
it.
I have seen that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
And when you live with a real estate agent, you watch those shows.
Yes, that's probably why you really keep up with all of them.
Yeah.
Donna's like, hey, she'll be really. It's almost like it's a mystery.
Right.
She's figuring it out.
Blake Lively's being sued for defamation by Jed Wallace of Street Relations now. That's a crisis management firm. After Blake Lively accused him of orchestrating a smear campaign against her on behalf of Justin Baldoni, director and star of It Ends With Us. That's according to The Hollywood Reporter. Jed Wallace is seeking $7 million from Blake Lively.
Man, there's a lot of people coming out against Blake.
I know. I didn't know who she was until I was force-fed Gossip Girl.
And then you liked it.
Then I liked it. So this Gossip Girl show ain't bad. It wasn't bad. Giselle Bundchen has welcomed her third child, her first with her boyfriend, Joaquin Joaquin Valente.
Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Is it like Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, kinda.
J-O-A?
J-O-A, yeah.
Joaquin.
Joaquin Valente. Source tells Page 6 that ex-husband Tom Brady is happy for them and wishes her nothing but the best. Another insider says Tom Brady reached out to congratulate her.
Oh, that's big of him.
Tom Brady.
It's like you try to not like him because he does everything so well, and it's
Yeah.
hard not to like him.
She's 44 having this baby. Girl, that sounds
Still
terrible.
fitting in good shape, but
He's 37. Joaquin is,
Joaquin or Joaquin?
I don't know, Sheila.
Just making up stuff now.
But 44, having a new baby.
It's a lot to contend with, isn't it?
I mean, I get it. She's going to have a nanny and all this stuff, and she's got a personal chef. But normal people,
44?
that's, shoot, that hurts me just to think about. I mean, just having my grandkids for one night, just one night at Papa's, it takes me a whole day to recover.
Well, she's probably got a whole team of people helping
Well,
her.
she works out, has that team of people,
Yeah.
eats right, and all that stuff. So she's
probably really like 25.
she's probably good. I don't. Coming up, we've got the real good. That's on the way. Also, round 4 of Ask Sheila. Sheila's coming off a great day yesterday where she got 2 answers right.
Who would have thought?
So you're at 4 total for the week.
This is Thursday.
Counting Tim's that he got for you on Monday. So we'll get into that when we come back on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio.
Join Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity for their Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk, Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at the Livingston Central Park. The race is supporting Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's mission to build affordable homes and strengthen communities. So lace up and join the fun Saturday, March 29th at 8 a.m. at Livingston Central Park for Upper Cumberland Habitat for Humanity's Race to Build Hope 5K Run Walk. To register, visit uchabitat.org.
Every day in Tennessee brings something new. Some moments we plan for, like getting the key to your new home. Others catch us by surprise, like a rainy day fender bender. That's why Farm Bureau Insurance is there to make sure the important things, like auto, home, life, and small business, are well protected. So, no matter what life brings, peace of mind will always be part of the plan. Visit FBITN.com to find the right coverage for your auto, home, life, or business. Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Tennessee Insurance for Tennessee Life.
Maybe you don't think about the Tennessee Department of Correction unless you work here or know someone in our custody. It's not personal until it is. But we think about you. While you are sleeping, our officers are inside, behind the fence, supervising the men and women in our custody. It's not an easy job, but we are committed to making Tennessee a safer place to live and raise our families, because this is our home too, and it is personal to us.
Sponsored by Tennessee Department of Correction.
Discover the savings at Freedom Pawn, located at 49 Mayberry Street in Sparta. We're not your typical pawn shop. Explore our extensive selection of jewelry, tools, gaming systems, knives, and guitars, perfect for any enthusiast. For the archery lover, we offer Barnett crossbows and other top brands. And don't forget, we're your trusted guns and ammo store with the best selection around. Visit us today. Just look for the Bigfoot in front of the store and see why Freedom Pawn in Sparta is your ultimate destination for great deals.
Welcome back to Smooth 92.2. I'm Dr. Love, and I want to hear the secret to your romantic success. We've got Brian on the line. Bri guy, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to spice things up, so I surprised my wife with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
Oh, and did those work, Brian?
You know they did, Dr. Love.
It doesn't take a relationship expert to know you can't go wrong with February instant games. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auction
Laminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 107.7 and 1400, The Hub.
Jason and Sheila here. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:49 with a few little showers passing through.
It sounded real big, and then all of a sudden it went away.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's going to be more.
So most of the rain right now, the heavier rain, is up in southern Kentucky, around Albany and Somerset, Static, Kentucky.
Yeah, Static. Forgot about little Static, Kentucky. That's where everybody used to go get their lottery tickets.
Yeah, then everybody from Kentucky would cross the line and buy the fireworks.
Yeah.
There's a little
we
bar.
just do a little trade out there.
There's a little bar there too, around the state line. I can't remember what that was, but boy, it was seedy.
Of course, you would know about that.
Saw Confederate Railroad there, and saw David Allen Coe there.
Speaking of seedy.
Yeah.
Those are two.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was nuts.
Those were the days, weren't they? Coming up after 7 from the Putnam County Health Department, that will be Dr. Matt Bolton, and then the clinical manager, Kristen Reeves, will be with us. And then Rachel Moses from the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary. They got an international night coming up.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, we'll talk to them about that at 7:30.
Every day, me and Sheila go through a bunch of news stories, try to find some that are positive and uplifting. We call it The Real Good. In Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, a donkey named Jill had quite an adventure when she fell through the ice of a frozen pond.
Oh, poor little donkey.
Jill's owners, David and Angela Homan, were worried because they couldn't imagine a way to get Jill out of the water and onto dry land. That would be very, very difficult. It was like complete helplessness because she weighs so much, says Angela. We were immediately thinking, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? David and Angela called first responders, who sprung into action. The Cranberry Township Volunteer Fire Department came along with other rescue teams, including water rescue specialists, arrived and worked together trying different solutions. They used a rope system to get the 600-pound donkey out of the water. Then moved her to David and Angela's barn, where she was covered with blankets and treated by a veterinarian. Jill started slowly improving overnight, and thanks to the hard work and creativity of the rescue crews who showed up in that frozen pond, she's expected to make a full recovery.
Oh, I'm happy for Jill.
Way to go, Jill the donkey. Another story, Sydney Davis of Hurdle Mills, North Carolina, decided to try her luck with a Powerball ticket for the first time. She'd never bought one, and ended up winning $150,000.
First time.
Yeah. She said, I couldn't believe it. Sydney said, she's, of course, still in shock. Something like this just doesn't happen. She said when she checked the numbers with her family to make sure she got it right, we all hardly slept that night because of it. Sydney plans to put her winnings into savings and now believes at least a little bit in beginner's luck. We have to.
Well, yeah. I bet it won't be her last lottery ticket now.
Well, I mean, you might as well stop and go out on top.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sheila. Round 4 of Ask Sheila. Those of you who like to play along at home. Today's theme is women.
I am one, so hopefully I'll be good at this.
Well, you know, I've noticed that you're not great on the woman ones.
Or the man ones. Or any of them.
Well, but, I mean, I always expect you to do better on the women ones.
I give you good answers all the time.
But, all right, here we go. Question number 1. 40% of women say they never do this in front of a man. What is it? 40% of women say they never do this in front of a man, which I find surprising because, I mean, a lot of times you have
to. Is it pass gas?
It's not.
Is it not wear any makeup?
It's not.
Never do this in front of a man. I have no idea.
Exercise.
I wasn't even thinking of
No,
that.
because, you go to gyms and work out, and it's, I know there used to be women-only places, but I don't know if there still is or not.
I don't know of any here locally. I mean, there might be some. I know there's some classes probably just for women at some of your YMCAs locally.
Yeah.
Mainly it's co-ed stuff,
Yeah, that's why it surprised me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also get why, I mean, even as a full-grown man, I get why you wouldn't want to be exercising in front of people.
Yeah.
But you look real awkward doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. I don't care what shape you're in.
That's true.
Unless you're one of those dance jazzercise things. And then only the instructor looks right. Maybe a handful of the other ladies in the class. But a man never looks right in a jazzercise.
I'll have to agree with you on that.
Question number 2, Sheila.
All right. Maybe better luck this time.
This relaxes women more than shopping. What is it? This relaxes women more than shopping.
Is it a bubble bath?
It's not.
Is it talking on the phone?
It's not.
Is it their animals?
It's not.
Whatever then. What is it?
Watching TV.
Sometimes that stresses me out about all the idiots.
Well, you're watching your murder shows.
That's true.
Yeah.
It stresses me out a lot.
You probably do get stressed. You probably
do. I'm trying to figure it out. What makes him tick? Why is he like that?
You should watch more peaceful things.
I do watch animal shows.
I like that Happy's Place that Reba's in.
It is a good show.
Here's something I didn't know. The guy who plays the cook in that show,
yeah,
that's who Reba's dating.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's Reba's.
Not dating. I think she's married.
Are they married?
Yes, that's her husband.
That's Reba's man.
There was a show called Big Sky that she did a season on. It just ended a few years ago, and then she did a good job on that, and he was on that with her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's our next guest. Waving at us. So watching TV is
I guess it depends on what you watch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to recommend, that Happy's Place.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
And that new show with Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm. It's good too.
It's good too.
Yeah.
It's a nice, peaceful show.
Nice, peaceful.
All right. Well, Sheila, I got to tell you, you're not doing.
We have one more.
You're not doing good today.
I'm trying real hard.
You need to get this.
I'm throwing out answers left and right.
I'm going to try to give you good hints on this one. 34% of women do this every day. 34% of women do this every day. What is it?
Make their bed.
No, but it might have something to do with the bed.
Change the sheets.
No.
Make love.
No.
Go ahead and give me the answer.
Take a nap.
I was just dancing all around it.
You were all around it, Sheila.
I was thinking too hard.
I tried to help on that one, too. Didn't get none today, girl. What in the world?
I was trying real hard. I was giving you like 5 answers per question.
I know, and that's what made it worse.
Oh, okay then. Just give one answer and be done with it.
And I don't want to go with that. I should have done this at the first of the month, and I've let it go too long. And I apologize, Sheila. I should have got you a cake or something, or a photo party. Actually, there's several of you out there that I could have got together for. And we still got all month for this.
What are you talking about?
It's Spunky Old Broads Month, and I just want to.
Spunky is okay. I don't even mind being called a broad, but old.
Well,
Jason.
It's Spunky Old Broads Month, so I thought, there's you and a few others.
You're the one that was really excited. They were talking about the pain index of the weather.
Oh, they don't have a month for men like that.
Old curmudgeon day.
Us old dudes, we always get the shaft. Nobody cares about us.
It's because y'all talk so much about yourselves.
Coming up, some great guests, Sheila.
Yeah. Jason. From the Putnam County Health Department, Dr. Matt Bolton. Also, Kristen Reeves from the Health Department. And then Rachel Moses will be coming in at 7:30. She is with the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary, and they have an international night.
Sounds great. We'll get back coming up just after 7 here on Good Morning Cookeville, live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB, Cookeville.
They have to decide by today. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News is the deadline for federal workers to accept President Trump's buyout offers to resign.
There's 40,000 workers that have accepted that buyout. That represents about 2% of the federal workforce. And the Office of Personnel Management says workers who opt for the buyout will get paid through September without working. Some of the unions and attorneys say the offer isn't guaranteed. When the buyout offer was announced last week, it was expected that 5 to 10% of the federal employees would accept it, leading to $100 billion in annual savings.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the White House. Now, the Democratic anger over Elon Musk's Department of Government efficiency is growing.
What Elon Musk is doing is illegal. It is a coup.
Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs in a big protest in D.C. demanding Musk be stopped. A lawsuit filed against Doge has led the Justice Department to work out an agreement limiting Musk's access to some financial data within the Treasury Department. There's a new Trump transgender order aiming to bar athletes born male from competing in female sports.
We're putting every school receiving taxpayer dollars on notice that if you let men take over women's sports teams or invade your locker rooms, you will be investigated for violations of Title IX and risk your federal funding.
Next hour, the president will attend the National Prayer Breakfast. And there's a new Trump Truth Social post writing that Gaza would be turned over to the U.S. by Israel when the fighting ends, as a ceasefire with Hamas still holds. Now, there's pushback throughout the Middle East opposing the Trump plan to rebuild Gaza. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tells Fox,
"This is the first good idea that I've heard. It's a remarkable idea."
This is Israel urges Palestinians in Gaza to voluntarily leave. Another country joining El Salvador, agreeing to accept illegal immigrants.
Guatemala says it'll accept migrants from other countries who are being deported from the United States. President Bernardo Arévalo says the detainees would eventually be returned to their home countries at U.S. expense.
Jonathan Savage, America's listening to Fox News.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Police Sergeant Christopher David Fitzgerald of the Temple University Police Department sustained fatal gunshot wounds while attempting to arrest a robbery suspect. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation provided a mortgage-free home to his wife and their 5 children in honor of their forever hero. Christopher was a great father, husband, brother, and son who is so very missed. Heroes like Christopher protect and serve our communities and our nation. Show your support. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Pam Bondi is now in charge of the Justice Department, sworn in as the new U.S. Attorney General.
I will fight violent crime throughout this country and throughout this world and make America safe again.
She issued memos on day one, including pausing federal funding for sanctuary cities, resisting federal immigration raids and the Trump mass deportations. Bondi also ending the Biden moratorium on federal executions. The same day, a convicted murderer got a lethal injection in Texas. Another Trump cabinet member has been approved.
The Senate confirming Scott Turner to be the next Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Wednesday along mostly party lines. Today, the Senate Judiciary Committee is scheduled to vote on FBI Director nominee Kash Patel, one of President Trump's nominees most under the microscope. Patel will need to be voted out of committee in order to go before the full Senate to officially be confirmed. U.S. Trade Representative nominee Jamieson Greer has his confirmation hearing scheduled for today. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before today's trading. This is trade deadline day in the NBA, and there's yet another deal. days after the one that shocked the basketball world when Dallas traded Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers for Anthony Davis.
Jimmy Butler got what he wanted. According to ESPN, Miami is trading Butler to the Golden State Warriors in a multi-team trade that puts Andrew Wiggins in a Heat uniform. Butler is reportedly declining his player option for next season and has agreed to a new 2-year contract extension worth $121 million. Butler has not played since January 21st due to his second and third suspensions of the year after he requested a trade out of Miami. He'll now play for his 5th NBA organization when he teams up with Steph Curry and Draymond Green in San Francisco. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
And another big deal, De'Aaron Fox scored 24 points in San Antonio's win over Atlanta last night. It was Fox's first game as a Spur since his big trade out of Sacramento. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A high-ranking Tennessee lawmaker has filed a bill to allow public schools to deny enrollment to children who entered the country illegally. The Tennessean reports that House Majority Leader William Lambert's bill doesn't require schools to do so, meaning school districts can still allow enrollments without citizenship or legal residency documentation. Aviagen has offered to buy approximately 15 acres at the City of Crossville's Interchange Business Park for a new hatchery. According to city documents, the company has offered $25,000 per acre. The company says the $10 million project would create 40 to 45 new jobs. Cumberland County authorities have arrested a man wanted for aggravated rape of a child out of Hardman County. 55-year-old Randall Scott Sharp taken into custody after a high-risk warrant was executed. Officials said Sharp was staying in a personal camper at Pandora's Forest on Highway 70 North. He's under $520,000 bond. That's the news from WHUB.
From the WHUB Willow Window Studios, your trusted window, garage door, and custom window treatment experts. Willow Window. Stop by their new showroom at 310 Newman Drive, Cookeville.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is radio station WHUB, the voice of the Upper Cumberland in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila here. We're in the Willow Window Studio. It's 6:06 now.
From the Putnam County Health Department, we have Dr. Matt Bolton and Kristen Reeves. She's the clinical manager there. So thank you both for being with us. I know y'all have probably been busy here lately.
Yes, we have been very busy. Lots of sickness going around this time of year.
I hope y'all have stayed well.
So far, I have. Yes.
Well, I mean, there's somebody, you know, like even in our office, there seems to be somebody who's sick. You know, we haven't had a full week where someone hasn't been sick probably since before Christmas. And I always feel bad people with kids because it seems like it just keeps going around their house and wherever kids congregate, it's like a cesspool of a petri dish of
germy little bodies
of germs. Yeah. So what are some of the things that are going around, and you know, how do we wash your hands, stuff like that, but how do we prevent ourselves from getting it?
Well, there are several things going around. We've seen the flu on an uptick for sure. COVID is out there. Obviously, RSV has been an issue, and also people are talking about the stomach virus going around, norovirus.
Yeah.
That's been tough. So there's 4 pretty bad players out there right now.
The stomach stuff seems to go pretty quick, though. At least all the people I've talked to, the stomach stuff's been the quickest, in the RSV and whatever. That seems to last the longest. Is that right, or am I just, you know?
Well, it does last, and it depends on the person. But the trouble with RSV is, and this is typical of a lot of things, it's when you get it very young, the little ones that get it, or older people. So that's the population that seems to be impacted the most.
Is it because the little ones haven't built up their immune system as well, and then by the time you get a senior citizen, sometimes that immune system isn't working as well either? and maybe other health issues.
Yes, well, what you said is definitely true, but then there are other factors too. Like a lot of times, by the time someone does hit that last stage of life, they have COPD and diabetes and other things that affect their immune system.
Yeah, so that's bringing it down too. And even diabetes can bring your immune system down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then with the littles too, with RSV, a lot of times you just have a lot of like thick secretions and things like that, and they just can't clear their airways. They're just not strong enough to clear their airways with the littles, and so that's why they get so
I'm glad
sick.
you brought that up about the ages, because then that explains why I haven't got it, but Sheila did.
You let him talk to you like that?
I don't have any control over him, but he acts like I'm like 100 years older than him, and I'm like 3 years older.
That's enough to do it, though.
We're in the same age bracket.
Doc.
3 years,
that's
3 years.
enough.
Don't get Doc trying to be on your side. No, but RSV, is that like when we were growing up, everybody would just put stuff under upper respiratory. Is it different than that, or is it kind of like an upper respiratory thing?
Seems
Or
new because is it a new terminology, or is it just always been
like a new
around and we call
virus?
this something else?
Well, it's not a new virus, but I think there is certainly more awareness of it. It's one of the viruses that cause upper respiratory infections, which you're referring to. It actually stands for respiratory syncytial virus, which is a mouthful. But
I'll stick with the RSV.
RSV is a lot easier, yeah. And I think probably the biggest problem is when the little ones get it, like Kristen was saying, they have increases their mucus production, but their little bronchial tubes are so small.
Oh, yeah. It can really get closed up fast, can it? And that's where the danger comes in.
Yes, yes.
And if their lungs, do they get filled up too pretty fast? Or
well, like Kristen said a while ago, they just get tired and that they're not strong enough to clear it. So pretty much in all these things we've talked about, pushing fluids really does make a difference because it makes your mucus thinner. And of course, if we're talking about the stomach virus, it helps keep you not getting dehydrated. So drinking fluids, very important thing.
So what are you seeing the most of right now? I mean, that's okay to talk about?
Yeah, I feel like recently at the health department we've been seeing more COVID, like positive COVID than tested.
Really?
But then like around Christmas time it was the flu, it just, and then before Christmas, like around Thanksgiving, I feel like it was like strep throat. So it's just all really circulating around.
I mean, with the weather changing like it has too, with it being 0 2 weeks ago, and this week it's 70.
Yeah.
Everybody's sinuses, I know mine do, especially with the weather. How the weather goes is how my head feels,
Right.
And with all that going on, weather is causing a lot of issues.
Well, part of that too is when it's cold, we end up coming inside, and the things that we're breathing in and out are our houses are not being aired out because we've got them shut in against the cold.
Right.
So you've got that, and then another thing that people usually don't think about is the heat in the house dries the air out, which dries our mucosal linings, the lining of our sinuses and nose out, which makes us more prone to getting these things to, quote, stick and end up getting a foothold and causing issues.
that makes sense.
Another thing, too, this time of year, and I'll shut up, Crystal.
No, you go right ahead.
Another thing is, of course, Thanksgiving, we travel.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
New Year's, we got the Super Bowl weekend coming up, and people are gathering together.
Right.
And we're sharing that holiday cheer, but we're sharing those holiday viruses, too.
Well, what should people know? Like, I know upper respiratory seems to be really big this time of year. So when it first comes on, is there something, do we just need to drink lots of water? I mean, what do people need to know about this that maybe they're not doing or not thinking about?
Well, drinking a lot of, I know we're banging that.
Washing your hands,
absolutely.
obviously.
It's water and electrolytes, though, right? I mean, just drinking water is great, but having that electrolytes, that's the trick in all this.
Well, especially with the stomach virus.
Yeah.
But you were asking about other things. We hadn't really talked. We've mentioned hand washing, but that is so important.
Yeah.
And covering your mouth when you cough. Don't. We were all taught, at least I was growing up, to cover your mouth with your hand. And of course, then you shake somebody's hand.
Exactly. It's on your hand.
Right.
Like maybe in your sleeve and things like that.
Yeah, so do it in the elbow now, like you're saying. Do it in the sleeve, do it in the elbow. Don't do it in your hand and then shake somebody's hand.
Right.
I feel like another thing is don't drink after people. I know that you have to say that, but I feel like a lot of people share drinks. I don't even share drinks with my husband or my daughter because like y'all are germy, and if y'all get sick, somebody's got to take care of you. So just don't share drinks, even if it's your family.
The term backwash keeps me from. I won't share it.
That's a term that really grosses me out.
If you just think about that, you'll never do it. You'll never share a drink.
Worse than RSV.
Right.
It is gross.
Yeah, I'd almost rather have a little RSV than drink somebody's backwash.
I don't want either.
We got more with the health department coming up here in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Root, General Manager at Ford of Cookeville. Are you tired of spending your precious time driving to and from our dealership for your service needs? That's why we are excited to announce Ford Pickup and Delivery and Ford Mobile Service. With Ford Pickup and Delivery from Ford of Cookeville, we come to you. Our factory-trained technicians perform expert service right where you are. Want to learn more about Ford Pickup and Delivery and Ford Mobile Service? Come see us, 1600 Interstate Drive, or visit us online anytime at FordLaguna-Cookeville.com.
Willow Window can help transform your home with windows, window treatments, entry doors, or garage doors. It not only elevates your design, but also optimizes energy efficiency and comfort. Their installers take the utmost care while in your home and will haul everything away when they're done. Call for your free estimate today at 931-946-3691. That's 931-WINDOW-1. Willow Window.
At Gentry's Power Equipment on Buffalo Valley Road, they bring value to your outdoor projects with unbeatable deals. Like right now, enjoy a $750 instant rebate on select Exmark laser models. Plus, take advantage of 1.99% financing for 48 months on all models. Need the perfect tool? Visit your local steel dealer for expert advice and legendary products you won't find in big box stores. Seize the moment and elevate your outdoor game with Gentry's Power Equipment.
Your Cookeville Gas Department works closely with contractors to make certain no gas line is broken when excavation is done. However, there are times when damage does occur. If you smell gas where construction is being done, please notify the gas department immediately. Better yet, call us before you dig and let us locate the lines for you. Help us keep natural gas the safest energy there is. Natural gas, energy for life. This message brought to you in the interest of safety from the Cookeville Gas Department in cooperation with the Tennessee Public Utility Commission.
This Valentine's season, the Ministry of Preborn invites you to become a heartbeat hero and share the love that goes beyond a box of chocolates, a love that saves lives. Every day, thousands of women are told the lie that abortion is their only option. They can't do it, that there is no hope. But that mother in crisis, when she sees her baby on an ultrasound at a preborn network clinic, it doubles her chances at choosing life. This isn't just an image on a screen. It's about a mom hearing the baby's heartbeat, maybe for the first time, and realizing that's a gift growing inside of her. One preborn supporter said, "Knowing my gift could save a life was the most meaningful act of love I could give." For $28, you can provide an ultrasound and help a mom in crisis choose life. $140 provides 5 ultrasounds. So this Valentine's season, take a stand, be bold, become a heartbeat hero. Dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or visit preborn.com/Beck. That's preborn.com/Beck.
1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Morning Cookeville.
Jason and Sheila. Good Morning Cookeville.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila. We're live in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:18 now.
We're happy to have our guest for the Putnam County Health Department, Dr. Matt Bolton, and Kristen Reeves, who's a clinical manager with the Putnam County Health Department. So we were talking about the viruses that are going around now and trying to avoid those as much as we can. And you were talking a little bit about hand sanitizer, and you think you keep that in your purse and that's good, do that, and it kills all the germs. Not necessarily.
Well, especially with the norovirus, especially if you know somebody, that has it or you've been around it, it's better to wash your hands. I mean, obviously hand sanitizer is better than nothing, but we really encourage you to wash your hands, especially if you know somebody that has it. Yes, just because it doesn't kill all the germs. The hand sanitizer doesn't kill all the germs of the norovirus.
What song is it you're supposed to sing? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Full happy birthday. Yeah.
Or for 20 seconds, but the happy birthday is easy to do.
Yeah, yes. I won't remember 20 seconds. But I remember happy birthday.
Well, speaking of norovirus and washing your hands, there was a study done where people this is kind of weird, but they were posted in the bathroom at a medical conference, and they were watching the number of physicians who came into the bathroom, used the bathroom, and then they were determining did they wash their hands or not. And it was shameful how many did not wash their hands. And that's at a medical conference with doctors, right?
Oh, wow.
So, we all have done it before, but it is definitely something to do to help public health and your own health.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
I remember I was little once. We were at Neyland Stadium, me and my dad were, and they had the troughs there where it
still have them, yeah.
You still have them, and so it was during the game. I was fairly little, and so we go in there, we get all it done, and then so it's during the game. We don't get back to the seat, so we didn't wash our hands. I think we were playing Alabama or some other school we hate. And they said, "Aren't you going to wash your hands?" And my dad said, "Well, no, in Tennessee, they teach us not to pee on our hands."
That's a pretty good joke.
Go Vols, right?
That's right. Go Vols.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But saying that, wash your hands.
Yes, please wash your hands.
Good old soap and water.
Yes.
Especially if you've been at one of those troughs.
Oh, yeah.
Looking back at that now, it's kind of like, I should have washed my hands.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. But that is important to wash your hands. You've got 20 seconds. Everybody, you can take 20 seconds. Nobody's in that big a hurry.
Absolutely.
Let's talk
Unless
about
it's
hand
3rd
washing.
and 2 in the 4th quarter.
Okay. Now, I've noticed, when you see doctors washing their hands, sometimes it's real vigorous. So when you put that soap on there and you kind of, like I do this, try to get under those nails, does that help?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the vigorous rubbing with the soap, that's really what helps kill that, right?
Right, and cover all aspects of your hand, front and back, all around your fingers, under your fingernails, and then make sure, you're rinsing well, too.
And sometimes our health educators will go out to the schools. I've actually been years ago, went to one of the schools here in Putnam County, and we were with the little kids and did like a hand washing class. And so then you okay, just go wash your hands, and they just wash it like normal. And then you put some kind of like special lotion on, and then get under the black light, and you can see how many germs are actually left on your hands.
But that
Even
is
like
a great thing for them to see, because
Yes.
I mean, it's hard for them to imagine just why you
Absolutely.
wash your hands.
But even like the adults, I mean, as good as you think you're washing
Sure,
your hands,
yeah.
you could still see what else left
So
on
that's
your
kind of
hands.
like when we were kids, when the dentist would come and you'd eat those pink things.
Yes.
You'd see how much
Oh,
plaque was still left. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, that's
It's a great demo, though, because you kind of see like what's left behind, and you're like, oh, maybe I need to take a little longer, and
Right.
brush longer, or wash my hands longer.
And that brings something else up. Talking about kids. Are you guys have communication with the school system much? Because with all the sick going around, it's kind of like, well, are they going to have to close schools because of it? When does it reach a point where you might have to call up Corby King and go, hey man, this thing's really taken off. We should really watch schools. And do you have that communication with the school system?
Well, we do work very closely with the school system. Like neither one of us are on like that council or board, but I do think that they do meet and they decide, this is what we're seeing, and then they just make the ultimate decision.
Yeah.
But we do work very closely with the school system in all aspects.
I figured you did. That
Yes.
just it makes sense.
Yes,
to come
there's
to
like a
you
health
guys.
council and all the things.
Well, you guys are really great at doing like the educational things too. That's a lot what the Putnam County Health Department does, and y'all do a great job on that. Now, speaking of the health department, the expansion is going on. Y'all have really done a lot of
It's complete.
Yeah, but there's that, and then the Monterey is getting Monterey clinic. It's being
Yes,
built.
we call it like the Monterey Outreach Clinic.
Okay.
And so we started that, was it November?
Like
It was around November. Right now, we're just going up there one day a week. We're set up at the farmer's market. We're working out of a fort. We have like a fort that it expands, and it's got 3 rooms in it. And then we also have 2 trailers that we work out of. So it's completely off-site. It's completely off-site.
Now, didn't I read that or hear in the news that you'd be moving to like a permanent location, sharing a spot with somebody?
We're working on it. Yes, it's
Okay.
in the process. Don't want to give too many details about that
Sure,
yet,
yeah.
but it is. That's in the works.
Okay.
That's in the works.
But see, there's
But yeah.
always something just going behind
Always,
the scenes.
always.
and trying to work to improve the health of like Putnam County.
Yes.
Well, Monterey's needed that.
Yes, I think so,
There's
too.
not a full-time doctor in Monterey, as far as I know.
I think they do have one clinic up there, but I don't know how many provide. I don't honestly know much
don't know
about it.
either.
There is one clinic up there, to my knowledge, but yeah, it's been a great success so far. Like I said, right now we're just going one day a week. We're hoping to expand that in the future. We just have to figure out staffing and all that, but we function just like the health department down here,
So
just
you get
off-site
vaccinations and things like
vaccines. We're seeing WIC. Primary care, that's like the big service that we offer up there. So like I said, we have a little lab and everything up there. We do vaccines,
In your
dispense
fort?
medicines. Yes.
So it's
The
like a little
fort,
mobile
yeah.
setup thing.
It
It's
is,
like,
yes.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, we do have to deal with the elements, but we're used to that kind of stuff. So we make it work. And like I said, it's been very successful so far.
So tell me what all services are offered. I know it's a lot, all kinds of different health services. Not necessarily it's not just a place where if you wake up sick one morning, you go to. Obviously, you can.
Yes.
But you offer so much more than that. It's not.
Yes.
It's not like an emergency thing. It's it's ongoing health that you can provide as well. So touch on that a little bit too, if you don't mind.
Well, obviously, the primary care services functions just like a private practice or a doctor's office. You can come there, for chronic disease management, get established.
And a lot of people don't realize that the health department does primary care. That's more of a function in this Upper Cumberland region than other parts of the state, but they can come and be seen for their ongoing medical problems.
Right, because we actually have 6 providers just for primary care at the health department. So I don't think
That's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got 5 nurse practitioners, and then Dr. Bolton here, and then we actually have another MD that travels that comes a couple times a month that does like specialty clinics. So we. I don't
When you
think that
say
anybody.
specialty, what kind of specialty? Like
Well, we have one, like I said, within the region that he comes and he'll like place IUDs and things like that, family planning services. He does a lot, but he also does primary care. We also have a partnership with Tennessee Heart, and the cardiologists will come once a month, usually sometimes twice a month. And
it's
see for about half a
invaluable what you
day.
guys offer. It
Yes,
really is.
and people just don't have any idea that we offer, these services.
And then tell me about like how insurance works with you all.
Yes, we take most insurances, bill it just like, if you're going to the other doctor.
Right.
We also take, those that are not insured, or if you have insurance that just doesn't cover a lot, the underinsured.
Right.
So we really see it all.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that's you hear with what sounds like a government entity.
Yes.
You're thinking, well, how does that work?
Yes.
Is there can you use your insurance? Can you do all this? So I'm sure
I think
that
a lot of people don't realize you can.
Yeah.
Yes. And that has slowly evolved over time. Back a long time ago, it was just the uninsured or the underinsured.
Right.
But, every year I feel like we just expand a
Sure.
little bit more. Now, if you don't have insurance, your visit cost is based on family size and income. So, you could slide out, based on that. But
Well, it could be a lot lower price than you think.
Absolutely.
So don't neglect your health care.
as far as I knew growing up, you only gave tetanus shots.
I was about to say, a lot of
Right.
people
That's
just
the
associate it with giving vaccines.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
everybody did.
It's so different than when we grew up. I mean, it is like a regular clinic. You can
Yes.
go in for just checkups. You can go
Yeah.
in for vaccinations. You can go in for just women's health care and all of that.
Yes. Right.
So it's a fantastic thing. We're blessed to have it in the Upper Cumberland.
And it's beautiful too.
It is.
You've done a great job with the expansion. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate your time and all the stuff that you've been doing at the Putnam County Health Department. And did we hit on everything that we needed to? You think so?
I think
we covered a lot.
See, it went by quicker than you thought.
And probably more than they wanted to talk about. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. We'll be right back.
Local news. News Talk 107.7 and 1400. The Hub.
News is brought to you by One Bank of Tennessee, where service is second to none.
From the WHUB News Center, I'm Rafferty Cleary. A high-ranking Tennessee lawmaker has filed a bill to allow public schools to deny enrollment to children who entered the country illegally. The Tennessean reports that House Majority Leader William Lambert's bill doesn't require schools to do so, meaning school districts can still allow enrollments without citizenship or legal residency documentation. Aviagen has offered to buy approximately 15 acres at the City of Crossville's Interchange Business Park for a new hatchery. According to city documents, the company has offered $25,000 per acre. The company says the $10 million project would create 40 to 45 new jobs. Cumberland County authorities have arrested a man wanted for aggravated rape of a child out of Hardman County. 55-year-old Randall Scott Sharp taken into custody after a high-risk warrant was executed. Officials said Sharp was staying in a personal camper at Pandora's Forest on Highway 70 North. He's under $520,000 bond. That's the news from WHUB.
Good morning, Cookeville. I'm Jacob Vinson with the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Jimmy Butler's time with the Miami Heat has officially come to an end. Butler was traded to the Golden State Warriors yesterday as part of a multi-team deal. Butler had been suspended twice already this season for conduct detrimental to the Heat and wanting to be traded. Butler will sign a 2-year contract worth $111 million that will keep him with the Warriors through the 2026-2027 season. With Chip Kelly leaving Ohio State for the NFL, the Buckeyes' co-offensive coordinator Brian Hartline last season will take over next season and be the primary play caller for the offense. Hartline played for the Buckeyes from 2006 through 2008 before playing in the NFL for 6 years. The Tennessee men's basketball team got an 85-81 win against visiting Missouri last night in SEC play. The Vols trailed 34-28 at halftime, but scored 57 second-half points and led by as many as 14 late. Zakai Ziegler led the way in scoring with 21 in his first game back from injury. Vols improved to 19-4 and 6-4 in conference play. Elsewhere in college basketball, Memphis beat Tulsa 83-71. Duke dismantled Syracuse 83-54, and Michigan beat Oregon 80-76. I'm Jacob Vinson. That was the UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
The UCR Sports Report on 107.7 and 1400 The Hub, brought to you by One Bank.
TRN News.
New details regarding a man who died while in Memphis police custody. As the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation identified the man from Tuesday's incident as 54-year-old Ronaldo Bankston. Officers were investigating an alleged kidnapping involving Bankston and a woman near the Bunker Hill neighborhood when he experienced a medical emergency. Shortly after his arrest, authorities say Bankston was rushed to Methodist University in critical condition. He was later pronounced dead. A man accused of breaking into an East Nashville church and stealing expensive equipment. Police report 59-year-old Thomas Danson broke into Life Church on Broadmoor Drive and left with several black cases. He was last seen on surveillance footage and identified by the pastor. Danson allegedly said he planned to sell the equipment to help pay for a motel. He's been charged with felony burglary. I'm Lee Mowen.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Every year, millions of Americans are exposed to a contagious virus.
It's not a disease.
But it's toxic.
It's not genetic.
But we're all at risk.
You can contract it from a stranger or a friend.
You can catch it at the movies.
Or by listening to a song.
And if you spent even a minute on the internet,
you've definitely been exposed.
What is this virus? It's stigma.
Stigma.
It's stigma.
Stigma may not directly affect you,
but it harms the 1 in 5 Americans living with mental health conditions.
Stigma promotes an environment of shame,
fear, and silence,
which prevents millions of people from seeking help.
Stigma isn't just harmful. You also risk coming across as a real jerk.
But there's good news.
The National Alliance on Mental Illness believes stigma towards mental illness is 100% curable.
And it's pretty easy to find out if you have it.
So do yourself and everyone a favor.
Go to curestigma.org and get tested for stigma.
Senator Sarah Kyle and Representative Justin Jones filing a bill to give students who have survived a school shooting the option to use virtual learning. WKRM reporting the Student Comfort Through Alternative Restorative Environments Act will require public schools to provide the option for at least 31 days after an act of mass violence. This measure comes after students at Antioch High School returned to school just days after a deadly shooting. A Perry County school employee resigning over allegations of misconduct. WTVF-TV reporting the employee first placed on administrative leave last week over incidents involving a juvenile. And as of Monday, that person was no longer employed by the school. Franklin police looking for leads to help solve a 34-year-old cold case. Peggy Cox killed on February 1st, 1991, while working on the Murfreesboro Road Hardee's during the night shift. Near closing time, she was shot in the head at the drive-through window with a small caliber handgun. A press conference was held Tuesday to renew interest in the case and a $26,000 reward offered. I'm Lee Mowen, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Upper Cumberland weather.
Brought to you by the Habitat for Humanity's Habitat Restore, located at 560 South Jefferson in Cookeville.
This is your latest forecast from News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Periods of clouds and rain. That's going to be the story again as we get into the day Thursday with sunshine a far cry away from us. Probably another week before we get another period of dry weather. Overnight, we'll fall back into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, mid to upper 50s. A little bit of cooler air works in here. We'll be in the mid-40s Friday night. And Saturday, showers off and on once again with a high in the lower 70s.
Good morning, Cookeville, with Jason and Sheila.
On 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. We're Jason and Sheila. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. It's 7:36 now.
From the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary Club, we have Rachel Moses and Robert Pecora. They're going to talk about International Night. It's coming up next week. So can you kind of update folks? There might be people new to the area that don't know what the Breakfast Rotary Club is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having us on today.
Hey, no problem.
But the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary Club has been around since March 10th of 1982, and we're part of 1.4 million Rotarians around the world. Rotary started in 1905, actually, in Chicago. But immediately, when Rotary Club started popping up around the world, international service projects started to become a thing, and Rotary Clubs will partner together to do international service, and then just to bring international awareness and just different cultural activities. And so our club 15 years ago in 2010, decided to do an international night every year where we celebrate a different country and learn about that country and try to celebrate that country and bring that country to Cookeville.
That sounds so much fun. I know one year I think you did Italy. What will it be this year? What's the theme this year?
Yeah, so this year our chairperson is here, Robert Pecora, and he got to select the country last year. And so this year we are celebrating, Robert?
Taiwan. Now, how did you get selected to select the country? I mean, what made you special?
Well, Rachel said, Robert, what's it going to be?
Oh.
What made you pick Taiwan?
Well, I thought it was, first of all, we have a foreign exchange student, Sam Huang. He's our Taiwanese representative this year, foreign exchange student. He's a great guy. He'll be there. He's a great kid. We really like him. We've taken him in. We've adopted him.
Yeah. Well, I know the food's good, too.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
There will be food.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You hear, we all know what we consider to be, Asian food. You know, we've all been to a restaurant. We all know what that is, sweet and sour chicken, egg rolls, things like that. But each individual country,
they have their own little flair.
Their own thing.
Yeah.
What's Taiwan's thing?
Absolutely. So, one thing that I'm very excited about is that in Taiwan, even though it's very popular around the world now, but Taiwan started boba tea.
Oh,
yes.
it's taking off here in Cookeville.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we are going to have a boba tea station there. We're also going to have a hot tea station with also some soup, homemade soup by Dr. Ting and his wife, who are a
that's
Taiwanese
great.
couple here in town. But then we're going to have, we work with Chartwells, and they're the caterer, of course, for Tennessee Tech University.
Yeah.
And they're used to having a lot of international students. And so we designed with Victor Klein over there a good
Victor,
menu.
we love him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a menu that is going to be featuring authentic, as much as authentic as possible, food from Taiwan. So there will be steamed dumplings, there will be some braised pork, there will be sticky rice, there will be some tofu. It's going to be fantastic.
So, all right, breakfast Rotary, is this breakfast food just Taiwanese breakfast food that
So
will be?
no, we are having dinner. So this
Okay.
is our breakfast club meets every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m.
Okay, well, I just didn't know if we were
breakfast,
sticking with the
right?
whole theme of breakfast or not.
No,
Okay.
it's just that the club meets at breakfast time normally on Tuesday mornings.
Which is
Right.
the best meal of the day. So
Right.
Well, no, that's why, I just thought it was worth the,
No, that's
worth
great.
the
That's a
question.
good question.
So you can come any Tuesday morning to our breakfast meeting over at the golf club, Tennessee Tech Golden
What
Eagle
time
Golf
does
Club.
that start?
So that's Tuesdays at 7 a.m.
I'm here.
Okay.
Y'all have to come
Aw. Sorry.
Yeah, y'all had to bring the breakfast here.
Well, maybe we should have a
Might be.
meeting over here.
here.
Doable.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I'm sure John Norris wouldn't mind a Willow window.
You wouldn't mind at all if it's breakfast.
Well, I'll go
you
ahead
know?
and volunteer him.
Yeah.
Hey, sounds good.
Yeah.
So is it just a great way to network too, having like the breakfast club, so to speak?
Yeah. Oh, yes. At the Rotary Club, it's a
Yeah.
great way to network. Rotary has always been about bringing people from different professions, different activities in their life together to learn from each other. And,
Right.
and we do service projects because. So I'm a lawyer. You don't want a club of all lawyers because that would be very boring.
God, no, that'd be terrible.
But
Although she's very interesting. We love Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, I like this lawyer.
You're with Legal Aid.
I am, yes. But but the idea of Rotary is that when they first started in 1905, it was started by a lawyer, but he wanted to make sure that there were other business people like an architect, an engineer, a banker, and they rotated from each other's offices to get to know each other's businesses and professions and to learn each other's skills.
That's
and then,
the name.
Yes, the Rotary. Exactly.
I didn't realize that. You're
Yeah.
educating us about that too. That's really cool.
Yeah, because that was always a question I had: is how did it become the Rotary Club? But rotating around to see how their members did their business that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have ever thought that.
Yeah, I know. And then I love the word Rotarians. I don't know why, but it sounds like that's real fancy stuff.
So, is there a cost for the international night? Is this a fundraiser?
It is a
Okay.
fundraiser for our international service projects, and it's a $50 cost per person.
That's not bad for a good meal.
And the meal and entertainment, as well as speakers. Robert mentioned our exchange student, Sam Wong, from Taiwan. He's going to be speaking about his experiences.
And his culture. He'll probably tell you about his culture. And
We also have a speaker from Nashville, Dr. David Lynn.
Oh, okay.
He's an ER surgeon at Summit Medical, and he's going to come and talk about the historical aspects of Taiwan, and the cultural part's going to go mostly to our foreign exchange student, Sam. So the geopolitical part, the history part's going to be Dr. Lane, and Sam's going to come in and talk about how it is to live.
sounds so interesting.
With him.
Yeah.
Well, I think Taiwan's one of those countries that we've all heard of because we've all seen a lot of our stuff was made in Taiwan.
Exactly.
So we've heard about Taiwan our entire lives. It's like the most famous country that we know nothing about.
Right.
And so this is going to be very interesting because I don't know anything about Taiwan other than it's over there and they've made some toys I liked back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a beautiful country, and we're going to have a Tai Chi expert who's going to talk about Tai Chi and other martial arts.
She's probably going to get Rachel out there to show us how to do it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But learning about different cultures is always really interesting, and that's really neat. I didn't know about the foreign exchange students. You guys have a lot to do with that, kind of?
Yes. So starting in the 1920s, Rotary Clubs started sending their high school students to visit other Rotary clubs. And so our club has been involved for the last 40-something years with Rotary International Youth Exchange. And so almost every year, our club hosts
I guess I thought schools just did that, but you work with the schools to kind of get that started.
Absolutely.
And
we're the sponsoring agency.
Okay.
And so we do all the paperwork that's involved in sponsoring the student. But of course, we are very grateful for Cookeville High School for allowing our exchange students to go to Cookeville High.
Well, that benefits the all the other kids. I remember that I don't remember where they were from, but I was also a terrible student. But we had a couple of exchange students when I was going through school, and it was real interesting. How they saw everything from a different perspective than what you were used to. I was sitting around waiting for, PE to start. They were sitting around doing their homework. And it was okay, well.
I always loved talking to our foreign exchange students too and asking questions. And then you realize, as big as the world is, there's so much more that you have that's in common. Because you just think, it's so far away. And then you realize they're no different than us. They've just got a little different culture.
I always felt like we were corrupting them.
Yeah, I felt that way too because, like you said, they studied so hard.
Right, they were so good, and they were good kids.
We were degenerates here in America.
Like, this is the smoking bathroom right here.
It was a cultural experience.
Yeah, it was for them. It was a cultural experience. They got back and said, "You ain't gonna believe these American kids." They're wild.
We do send out students from the United States and from Cookeville to other countries as well. In fact, Sam's host sister right now is a girl named Allison Richardson. She went last year to Germany as a Rotary Exchange student from Cookeville.
Oh, that's so great.
Now she's back, but she's actually going to culinary school in France next
Well,
year. So,
ooh la la.
I know. So,
Grey poupon.
But the International Student Exchange Program is just amazing. It really, Robert and his wife hosted a girl from Germany that they still stay in touch with. I've been to.
And Rob, let's mention, you said Sue Pecora.
Yes.
Pecora. She taught at,
Prescott
Elementary.
Everybody loved Miss Pecora.
Yep.
Everybody.
Pop up.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
She made such a difference in everybody's life. And then you said you're Mr. Sue.
I'm Mr. Sue.
We'll try to call you Robert today. Robert Pecora.
We'll talk more with the Breakfast Rotary Club about their international night coming up in just a little bit. It's Good Morning Cookeville. We're live here in the Willow Window Studio. Hang out with us. We'll be right back.
And so it was when Jesus had ended these sayings that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Matthew chapter 7, verses 28 and 29. Hello, Upper Cumberland. This is Jesse Flowers with the Jerry Whitson Road Church of Christ. Join us this month as we study Jesus' Sermon on the Mount from the Gospel of Matthew every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on our radio program, Words of Exhortation, right here on WHUB. May the Lord bless you as you serve him and serve others.
Hey, Tennessee Tech fans. It's your head women's basketball coach, Kim Roseman, and we need you at the Hoop Thursday, February 6th versus SIUE at 5:30 p.m. with Coach Pelfrey and our men's team to follow. Come watch us battle it out on the court and help us secure another home win. Don't miss a moment of the action this season. Get your tickets today at ttusports.com or call the ticket office at 931-372-3940. Let's pack the Hoop and make this season unforgettable. Wings up.
Experience peace of mind with Cove Generators, your trusted partner in power solutions. Start the new year with peace of mind and our exclusive offer. Purchase a Generac generator and receive a free 10-year warranty. Whether for home, outdoor, or commercial use, our expert installers ensure you never lose power again. Visit us at 728 East 15th Street, Cookeville, or call 615-241-6343. Trust the Cove Generators family to keep your family safe and powered this winter.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place to get away from the stresses of life. Willow Window can help transform your home with the highest quality windows and window treatments. Choose from honeycomb shades, plantation shutters, or blackout blinds for privacy. Motorized window treatments can control outside light with the touch of a remote. Get your free estimate today. Call 931 Window 1. Willow Window, 310 Newman Drive in Cookeville.
The election is officially over, but is your money still at risk? We still have a staggering $35 trillion in debt. Interest on this debt now costs more than our entire defense budget for the first time in history. On top of that, we're still feeling the consequences of the brutal inflation we saw under Biden and the global chaos ripping across the globe. That's why thousands of concerned Americans are turning to precious metals to help hedge against these threats. And they're reaching out to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, to make it happen. Goldco has over 6,000 five-star reviews and has helped people just like you purchase over $2.5 billion in gold and silver. Right now, they're offering a free gold and silver kit to help you diversify your savings. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD to get your copy free of charge. Plus, you could receive up to a 10% instant match on bonus silver for qualified accounts. Visit HannityGold.com or call 855-815-GOLD. That's HannityGold.com.
Jason and Sheila. Good morning, Cookeville. 1077 and 1400, The Hub.
Good morning, Cookeville. Jason and Sheila with you. We're here in the Willow Window Studio. 7:49 now.
With the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary, we've got Robert Pecora and Rachel Moses, and they're having an international night, and that's coming up next. Is it Thursday or Friday?
It's actually Saturday, February 15th.
I was totally wrong, but it's next Saturday.
Yes, not this
Saturday after Valentine's Day.
There we go. Yeah.
It's the, oh man, I really screwed up. Didn't get my woman anything for Valentine's Day. Let's go eat some Taiwan food.
It sounds great. Now, do they need to purchase tickets ahead of time? So I guess you need to know how much food to prepare.
They do, yes. And so we do need people to go ahead and purchase those tickets this week, or early next week is fine as well. All of our Cookeville Breakfast Rotarians are selling tickets, but you can also go to our Facebook page, which is the Cookeville Breakfast Rotary Facebook page, and you can find our event page, and you can either purchase on Eventbrite or just message us, and we'll get you tickets.
Now, where did you say it was going to be?
It's at the Leslie Town Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, great place.
Yeah, center of town. Yeah.
So what is it? What do you have to do to become a Rotarian? I mean, just show up to meetings, or how does it? Is there a
I mean,
secret handshake?
There is not. We like we said, we meet every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. at the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagle Golf Club. If you're interested, definitely just show up at 7, and you'll be greeted by us, and you'll get to learn more about us. We encourage people to come 3 times so that they can learn how. We have speakers every week, and we do service projects, and then we will, answer any questions that you have. But if they just have questions, they can go to our Facebook page and message us, and we'll get back to them as soon as possible.
Do all Rotarian meetings evolve around time to eat? Is there a lunch Rotarian?
And sunset.
Yep, there is. So any time of day in Cookeville, Tennessee, you can be a Rotarian. So yes, the first Rotary Club was the Rotary Club of Cookeville. We call them the Noonday Club or Noon Club.
Yes.
But they are the original Rotary Club of Cookeville, and they meet every Wednesday at noon. Also, they meet at the Leslie Town Center upstairs. But then we meet. They started a long time ago, maybe in the 50s or 60s. We started in '82 at the Breakfast Club. We were at the very old Holiday Inn back in the day, but
back in the day.
But we've been at the Golden Eagle Golf Club for almost 20 years now.
That's some fancy digs right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the Sunset Club, they started in 2012, and they meet every Tuesday evening at Logan's Roadhouse in the side room over there.
I think a lot of local folks that hear about it think it's the same Rotary, just eating 3 different meals at different times.
Well, those people, man.
Right. I was thinking that people need to know that it's whichever time's best for you, you go and be a part of it, right?
Absolutely.
And do you all work together on things as well, or do you keep things pretty separate or do your own things?
So each club has their own personality and their own service projects. We do have some trainings that we attend together, and we always kind of talk about jointly going in on projects. It just hasn't quite happened. Our Breakfast Rotary Club, our signature project has been since 1991. We're the first community adopter of White Plains Academy, which was Dry Valley School back
That's
then.
right, yeah.
And so we have done lots of projects with them since 1991, and mentoring those students out there. We have 2 Rotarians today taking 2 White Plains Academy students out to lunch. It's a Student of the Month project that we do with them. So that's kind of been our thing. We also do vocational scholarships for high school graduates that are not going to a traditional 4-year university, but are going to either a vocational or technical school. And our motto locally at Cookeville Breakfast is to serve children in excellence as well as children in crisis, because we know that there are children out there that are doing well, and we want to honor them with scholarships, but we also know that there's kids that are in crisis, and we want to kind of help them along the way.
Well, it sounds like something that you're pouring into some kids, pouring into their bucket, and maybe giving them the confidence and know-how, and and know how to talk to people. There's a lot of that right now. I've noticed with young people that shaking hands and looking people in the eye is even a difficult thing.
A dying craft, kind of.
But taking those kids help mold them into adults.
Yes.
Robert, you were wanting to
I was going to say that all Rotary clubs internationally contribute to the polio eradication project, which we all contribute money to that to rid the world of polio.
Okay.
There are, projects that internationally we all participate in.
Right.
Yes.
I just didn't know if y'all were like having gang wars with the other.
No, we're very friendly.
I know if it was like West Side Story when y'all meet, you start snapping
and dancing.
Yeah.
I didn't know because it's so. I just wanted to see it.
My international student's better than your
That's
international
right. Yeah.
Okay, now we may say that sometimes. No.
I knew there was an edge about Rachel.
Yeah. So the international night, it's $50, and that's all your food, drinks, and entertainment.
Yes, and there will be the boba tea, and there will be, of course, non-alcoholic drinks. But we also will have a cash bar. Vinny T's catering is always
They're great.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do our bar. We've got some fun Taiwanese beer actually that will be on the bar.
That's interesting.
Really?
Yes. There's mango flavored beer, lychee flavored beer, pine.
Lychee?
I know.
Wait, like milk?
No, lychee.
You're talking a leche. Yeah.
Lychee. Yeah, I may be.
No, I'm thinking it's probably different.
But it's Lychee, and it's a
Okay.
type of fruit that's native to Taiwan.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
See, we learned something, and we hadn't even been to international
Right.
night.
Have you tried them yet?
No, I have not. But I'm excited to try them.
Well, I mean that.
So you're getting a little culture.
Yeah. No, that'd be neat. It'd be like in Atlanta, I went to the Coca-Cola Museum. They got that room where you can try all the different soft
I love
drinks.
that place.
Isn't
Yeah,
that cool?
It is so fantastic.
And then you start trying some from some of the Asian countries, and sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. I
Well,
mean,
it's so not what we're used to.
right? Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Amanda Taylor, who will do the bar, and she did talk about maybe having a little flight opportunity for people to have some samples of the different kinds of beer. So I mean, it's just an interesting other aspect that's going to be part of that. Not everybody partakes, of course.
Well, no,
and
but if you do, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what what that tastes like.
Yeah.
To me, that's the coolest part. Is
Oh, yeah.
Especially with stuff that you've never
And it's not been
thought about
available to
before,
you.
or
And
ever been available. Oh yeah, I even like trying like soft drinks from other states.
Yeah.
Like L81 that comes from Kentucky. Delicious.
Well, I'm telling you, a Diet Coke from France tastes way different than a Diet Coke here. That's like the different water they use, and I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
a little flat.
Coca-Cola Light, they
Yeah.
call it. Yeah.
Yes.
So all that's real. So, and how long have you been doing this dinner?
So this is the 14th one.
14th,
Yes, we
okay.
started in 2010. We did miss a little bit of COVID.
Sure.
But yeah, this is our 14th country. We started out with India back in 2010.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I could rattle off all the ones, but we've done quite a few different countries. The exciting thing is at the international night, we will announce at the end what next year's country is. So I can't
Oh.
tell you today.
It'll be a
though.
surprise.
Yep.
It's a secret.
I was going to ask.
Nope. Got to come to international.
Maybe behind the scenes.
And that is, and that's Saturday, February the 15th. What time does it start?
5:30. The doors will open, and so for the first 30 minutes, it's just kind of mingling. We've got some appetizers. The cash bar's open. We also will have a silent auction. We've got some interesting things on the silent auction. Some are Taiwanese featured items. Some are just other fun items. And then dinner will start a little after 6 o'clock.
Awesome. Get your tickets through Eventbrite. You can find that on their Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, you can just search Cookeville Breakfast Rotary, and you'll be able to find them. Thank y'all so much for coming in and telling us about all this stuff. It sounds great.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I didn't even realize all that about the Rotary Club.
Me neither.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate also in the background, if you're watching on TV, you'll see the morning mayor, Dwight Henry.
Love it.
So I want to be sure we say hello to Dwight while he's in here.
Well, coming up tomorrow, Upper Cumberland reporter will be with us, and Emma Crabtree, who owns Glass Tangerine. She's coming up tomorrow.
She's about to be real busy.
Yeah, she's never not been.
I know, but with Valentine's Day coming up and all her cut flowers, she's about to be real
We're
busy.
going to find out about all the new activities she's got going on, plus a new move.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just down
Oh, okay.
doors down,
Oh.
like the Dolly Parton song.
We'll get into all that tomorrow here on Good Morning Cookeville. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.
Bye.
This is News Talk 107.7 and 1400, The Hub. Good morning, Cookeville. W299BY, 107.7 FM, and AM 1400, WHUB Cookeville.